recovery, self-love, and the journey to trust, healing after long-term partner rape, sexual coercion, and domestic violence. Introduction. When trust is shattered and the sanctuary once known as home becomes a place of betrayal and pain, the remnants of who you once were may feel irretrievably lost. The journey to recovery after experiencing long-term partner rape, sexual coercion, and domestic violence is one of the most challenging paths a person can traverse. Yet even in the darkest moments, the human spirit carries an innate capacity for healing, transformation, and self-renewal. This exploration is meant to serve as a guide, a compassionate companion in your path toward reassembling the fragments of your identity, learning to love yourself again, and slowly building trust in your relationships and the world around you. Understanding and naming the pain. Recovery begins with acknowledging what happened. Naming the pain is the first step toward reclaiming your narrative in the aftermath of profound betrayal. Survivors often live with feelings of confusion, self-doubt, and a lingering sense of unworthiness. In facing these feelings head-on, you begin to recognize that your pain is not a reflection of your character, but a scar from a time when someone you trusted betrayed you. The traumatic memories of long-term partner rape, sexual coercion, and domestic violence can create a labyrinth of conflicting emotions. It is natural to experience anger, grief, numbness, and even periods of dissociation. By understanding and naming these emotions, you create a pathway toward healing. Journaling your experiences or discussing them with a trusted therapist are powerful methods to articulate your feelings. With every written word or spoken truth, the overwhelming weight of the trauma lessens as you reclaim your power. 2. The path to recovery through self-love. Establishing a foundation of self-compassion. In the aftermath of abuse, self-compassion arises as a transformative tool. Survivors often internalize a harsh, critical inner voice, mirroring the negative messages imposed during traumatic moments. The journey toward reclaiming self-love begins with learning to be gentle, forgiving, and patient with yourself. Recognize that the negative inner dialogue, criticizing your worth and minimizing your experiences, is not reflective of your true self, but a remnant of the abuse. Developing self-compassion means embracing yourself with kindness and understanding. Consider practices such as mindfulness meditation or guided relaxation that help center your thoughts and ease emotional distress. These practices create space in your mind, a sanctuary where self-reproach is gradually replaced by warmth and self-care. Over time, each mindful breath and each compassionate thought helps to rebuild a resilient sense of self-worth. Embracing self-care routines. Healing from trauma requires caring for both body and mind. Establishing daily self-care routines is essential. Whether it's setting aside time each day for movement, nutrition, or relaxation, these practices are acts of self-respect. Gentle exercise, as simple as a walk in nature, can nurture your body and soothe the mind. Likewise, embracing a balanced diet and ensuring enough sleep lays the groundwork for recovery. It is important to consider self-care not as an indulgence but as a form of self-respect, a way of nurturing the body that has carried you through unimaginable hardships. Through consistent self-care, you affirm that you deserve attention, love, and nurturing energy. Over time, dedicated self-care routines serve as protective layers, steadily reconstructing the trust that was undermined in past abusive relationships. Reframing the narrative, from victim to survivor. One of the most transformative steps on this healing journey is reframing your narrative. While it is essential to honor the pain and suffering experienced, survival also means learning to see yourself not solely through the lens of victimhood, but as a survivor capable of growth and regeneration. This reframing does not negate the reality of the past trauma. Rather, it acknowledges it while emphasizing the strength it took to endure and the resilience that lies at your core. Each step you take in recovery, no matter how small, is a testament to your tenacity and ability to transform suffering into empowerment. Writing your personal story, acknowledging the dark chapters while celebrating every moment of courage, creates a narrative that supports your journey toward wholeness. 3. Embracing the complexity of emotions. Navigating the labyrinth of feelings. The emotional aftermath of prolonged abuse is like a labyrinth, a twisting path filled with unexpected turns. Every emotion, whether of anger, sorrow, or joy, deserves acknowledgement and gentle investigation. Healing does not mean suppressing difficult feelings. Instead, it involves understanding them, learning their language, and gradually processing the deep-seated wounds of the past. There are days when the pain seems overwhelming. On such days, allow yourself to cry, to scream into the void, or simply to sit in quiet acceptance. These acts are not signs of weakness, they are expressions of your human need. Instead of suppressing or denying these feelings, the path to recovery involves welcoming each emotion, exploring its source, and understanding what it reveals about your inner world. Imagine your emotions as variables in a healing equation. Healing equals acknowledgement plus understanding plus acceptance. Healing equals acknowledgement plus understanding plus acceptance. Each term in this expression contributes to the transformative process. Acknowledgement means admitting that the pain exists and that each emotion is a legitimate response to experiences that have reshaped your sense of self. Understanding is the gentle inquiry that seeks to identify the triggers of intense emotions and provides context to their emergence. Finally, acceptance is the recognition that while you cannot change the past, you can influence how these emotions guide you toward a future of wholeness. On some days, the labyrinth seems impenetrable. The vivid memories of abuse can evoke an avalanche of feelings that might leave you overwhelmed. A useful practice is to slow down and observe each emotion without judgment. Mindfulness exercises can help you create a safe mental space to experience these emotions fully. For instance, when anger surges, rather than directing it inward or letting it explode outward, try to name it silently. This is anger. It is a response to the injustice I have suffered. By naming an emotion, you reclaim some control over it, reducing the power it holds over your present. B. The role of vulnerability in healing. Vulnerability often carries a heavy stigma in our society, yet it is a powerful force for healing. It is through vulnerability that you allow yourself to be seen in your entirety, fragile, beautiful, and whole. Embracing vulnerability means accepting that imperfection is not a weakness but an integral part of the human experience. When you permit yourself to feel deeply and share those feelings, you dissolve the barriers that isolation and shame build around your heart. Consider vulnerability as the process of unwrapping layers of armor that were created to protect you during times of intense trauma. As each layer is laid down, you reveal more of the person underneath, a person who deserves kindness, understanding, and love. Vulnerability is essential to fostering trust, both in yourself and in those who enter your healing journey. Reaching out for support is not an act of weakness but a statement of strength. It signals to the world that you are ready to reclaim your story and rebuild your life. C. Techniques for emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is a cornerstone of recovery. It enables you to process distressing emotions without becoming overwhelmed. Several techniques can be especially useful in this regard. Deep breathing, a fundamental practice, is focusing on your breath. Inhale slowly, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale gently. This simple process can help calm a racing mind and reduce the physiological symptoms of anxiety. Grounding exercises. Engaging with the present moment can interrupt spiraling thoughts. Look around you and describe what you see, feel, or hear. You might say, "I see the gentle sway of the trees, hear the steady hum of the city, and feel the softness of the couch beneath me." This practice anchors you in the present, offering respite from overwhelming memories or emotions. Journaling. Writing down your feelings can be a transformative exercise. It not only provides an outlet for emotion but also creates a tangible record of your journey. Experiencing trauma can distort how you view events and yourself. Journaling helps reconnect you with the truth of your experiences and your inner strengths. Physical movement. Gentle movement such as stretching, yoga, or a short walk can convert overwhelming emotions into a channel of energy that fosters healing. The integration of body and mind through these practices recognizes that trauma impacts you holistically. D. The dance between pain and hope. Healing is not about erasing the scars left by trauma. It is about acknowledging them, honoring your survival, and finding hope amidst the pain. 4. Constructing a new narrative, transforming pain into empowerment. The alchemy of transformation. In the wake of profound trauma, the journey of healing often involves transmuting raw pain into a new energy, a force for deep personal transformation. Within each of us exists an inner alchemist, quietly chipping away at the remnants of an old narrative to reveal the potential for regeneration and growth. This transformation does not invalidate the pain of the past. Rather, it places the traumatic memories in a context where they become catalysts for personal evolution. Imagine your life as a tapestry woven from threads of both sorrow and hope. New narrative equals F, old pain, emerging strength. New narrative equals F, old pain, emerging strength. In this equation, the function FF represents a process where every experience, no matter how painful, is reassessed, its meaning rewritten, and its contribution to your growth recognized as a building block for resilience. B. Reclaiming power through self-determination. Recovery is an act of reclaiming power that may have been stripped away by abuse. Every decision you make, whether big or small, affirms your agency over your life. By choosing acts that nurture your well-being, you declare that you are no longer defined solely by the scars of your past. Instead, you are actively constructing a future infused with hope, self-love, and a deeper trust in yourself. Setting boundaries. A critical step is learning to set clear, compassionate boundaries. This involves recognizing and asserting your emotional, physical, and mental limits. Each boundary you draw is an affirmation of your right to feel safe and respected. Mindful decision-making. Embrace parts of your life where you can make choices that honor your healing journey, whether that means declining certain social invitations, taking time for quiet reflection, or pursuing creative outlets that resonate with your inner self. Self-advocacy. Stand up for your needs without fear or hesitation. Practice assertive communication, letting trusted loved ones or professionals know when something does not support your healing. In doing so, you reinforce your autonomy and worth. C. Transformative self-care practices. As you piece together a new narrative, daily self-care practices offer tangible ways to cultivate self-love and trust. These practices serve as a shield against the lingering echoes of past trauma, nurturing your body and soul. Consider incorporating a variety of practices into your routine. Meditation and mindfulness. Begin each day with a few moments of quiet reflection. Focus on your breath, let go of intrusive thoughts, and create a space to welcome inner calm. Regular mindfulness can gradually reshape your perception, enhancing your ability to respond to stress with serenity. Creative expression, art, writing, music, or dance, can be transformative outlets for emotions that resist conventional description. The creative process provides a dialogue with your inner self, a space where memories can be reinterpreted and feelings of isolation dissolve into shared human experience. Physical movement, gentle yoga, walking in nature, or even simple stretching can ground you in the present moment. These practices not only foster physical well-being, but also reconnect your body to a sense of safety it may have lost during years of abuse. D. Reframing trauma, from victimhood to survivorship. A fundamental element of constructing a new narrative is reframing your perspective on past traumas. Instead of labeling yourself solely as a victim, embrace the language of survivorship, a recognition of the strength and perseverance that carried you through unimaginable hardship. Acknowledging your resilience. Each day you choose to awaken, to seek help, or to nurture your wounded self is an act of survival. Acknowledge these acts as powerful demonstrations of your inner strength. Celebrating small victories. Recovery is often punctuated by seemingly minor breakthroughs, a day without intrusive memories, a moment of genuine laughter, or overcoming a trigger. Celebrate these instances as milestones along the path of healing. Therapeutic narrative work. Engaging with a trauma-informed therapist can help guide you in rewriting your story. This process might involve exploring cherished memories, challenging ingrained negative self-beliefs, and piecing together a new chapter of self-empowerment where you are valued and loved. Reconnecting with a world of possibilities. The journey to healing also involves re-establishing connections with the world, a world that, in spite of past betrayals, still offers beauty, companionship, and hope. This reconnection is often gradual and may require stepping outside your comfort zone. Rebuilding relationships. Trust, once broken, requires time and gentle nurturing to mend. Surround yourself with understanding individuals, friends, family, or support groups, who honor your boundaries and reflect your value. Educational and creative pursuits. Engaging in activities that enrich your knowledge or spark your creative passions can help in reclaiming a sense of purpose. Courses, art workshops, or volunteer activities are not merely distractions, but affirmations of your worth and capacity to thrive. Nature and solitude. There is profound healing in simply being in nature. The conclusion. Embracing a future of resilience and hope. As you emerge from the long, winding journey of recovery, you find that healing is not a destination but an ongoing process, a dynamic interplay between overcoming past wounds and embracing the hopeful promise of tomorrow. This final section offers a gentle summation of the themes explored throughout our narrative, guiding you toward a renewed sense of self, fortified by resilience and enriched by the rediscovery of hope. Redefining self-worth through self-love. In the aftermath of such profound trauma, rebuilding your self-worth is both an act of courage and an affirmation of your right to joy. The process of self-love calls you to slowly dismantle the negative internal dialogue that once dictated your understanding of yourself. Instead, every moment of reflection becomes an opportunity to rediscover the inherent value within, value that has never been erased, despite the shadows cast by past abuses. Remember that self-love is neither selfish nor indulgent, it is a necessary foundation for healing. Through compassionate self-care, engaging in practices that nurture your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, you reclaim the persona that has always been true to you. Each loving affirmation you whisper to yourself is a brick laid in the rebuilding of a secure, whole identity. Acknowledging the complexity of recovery. Healing is a mosaic composed of every emotion, every setback, and every glimmer of hope. It is the acknowledgement that vulnerability and strength coexist and that encountering setbacks does not diminish your progress. That was the first 2,500 words of the article. Please upgrade your plan to listen to up to 500,000 words. Simply go to audioread.com/ad and you'll see the upgrade option. Your support helps us keep making the service better. Thank you.